Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So, I'll be talking on the dog population management strategy, like what I have done in the past, what I have been doing, and then what we are going to do in the future. So, before I start my presentation, let me ask you, how many of you know where is Bhutan? Because when I move around and, oh good, but still there are quite a good number of people who doesn't know where is Bhutan. So, for that purpose, Bhutan is a small country, situated between two big countries, up in the Himalayas, China in the north and India in the south. It has an area of 38,000 square kilometers, and the altitude ranges from 200 meters to 7,500 meters, with a population about 750,000. So Bhutan is well known for its unique culture, pristine environment, and then also our principal religion is Buddhism. We adopted constitutional democracy in 2008, and then Bhutan is well known for our development philosophy of cross-national happiness, where like other countries they believe in GDP, but we believe in cross-national happiness. So with this presentation, we not only believe in happiness of the people, but we also believe in happiness of the animals, particularly dogs. So, as you know, there are a number of problems associated with increasing state of population, such as rabies and zoonosis, dog bites, social nuisance, including complaints from tourists, then threat to endangered wildlife species, then, and of course, animal welfare issues when there's an increasing number of dogs. And then reason we have, Bhutan is also well known by having too many dogs, and then this is mainly because of community attitudes and behaviors, which means our society tolerates the dogs, then poor practice of responsible pet ownership, and then also, as I said, since we are principally a Buddhist country, we believe in a karmic cycle where we believe that the dog's next life would be a human. That's why people are being very kind to dogs. So coming to a classification of dogs, like broadly it's classified into owned and unowned. And among the owned, there are category of dogs which are supervised, some are not confined. Likewise, among the unowned categories, like we have stray dogs which depend on human race, as well as feral dogs which find their own food. And then I think the crux of the matter is the free-roaming dogs, which is basically a dog found on the street, irrespective of whether they have a owner or not. So, the reason why there are dogs could be a number of factors, such as human attitudes and behaviors, access to resources, meaning shelter, food, water, then policies and legislations. Those countries having a good legislation, like we find less number of dogs, likewise resources, and then of course, dog by nature, they are highly prolific in nature, and that's why that leads to increasing dog population. And then one of the best interventions that we can, that helps us to address the dog population is capture, neuter, vaccinate, release program. So that's what we have been doing in Bhutan. And then, before we start this program, we need to assess the local dog population, such as size, source, where the dogs are coming from, what are the problems associated with the dogs, what are the welfare issues, what are the community's attitudes, knowledge, practices, and what has been done in the past. Likewise, once we start the program, there should be also a good A&E program, which includes monitoring the size, coverage, indicator count, health status. And then what we have done in the past, for example, in 1970s, 80s, killing has been done, then transportation, impounding was done in 2008, and then also there were ad hoc animal birth control and injuries vaccine campaign. But all this failed, because of which we, Royal Government of Bhutan and Human Society International, we started the joint collaborative work through this National Dog Population Management Rabies Control Project, where we jointly implemented the Capture, Neuter, Vaccinate, Release program, CNVR. And then other initiatives achievements and milestones are like community animal birth control initiated in the districts to have community ownership and achieve higher coverage. Then veterinarians and para-veterinarians trained in CNVR protocol. Then mass rabies vaccination campaign, which was made an annual event in rabies endemic areas since 2013. Then we also did 3 rounds of nationwide survey in 2012, 15 and 2018, mainly for the M&E purpose. And then we do the aggressive awareness campaign on rabies and DPM during the World Rabies Day since its inception in 2007. And then recently we also prepared the animal welfare standards and guidelines. So some of the key achievements is like we have neutered and vaccinated about 100,000 dogs. So till date, like for the past 8 years, we only had 2 cases of rabies in humans. Then drastic reduction of the animal rabies cases. And then also the health. We used to see such type of dogs in the past. Now this type of issues we hardly see. So which means drastic improvement in animal welfare. And then also improvement in the people's attitudes towards, they are now more aware of the rabies signs, and then also on the dog population measures. People are more aware of the rabies and animal welfare regulations. Likewise, we also did a health study where we compared the prevalence of health status in dogs that were neutered and the anti-dogs, and we found the prevalence of canine distemper, parvo higher in the anti-dogs, and then also the body conditions improved drastically in those. So these are the benefits. These are some highlights of the pictures that were taken. Highlights of the pictures on the mass rabies vaccination campaign and also on the public awareness campaign. So coming to the dog population management strategy, I think if you look at the WHO WESPA guidelines, like these 3 things are the main thing, like policy and legislation, animal birth control, habitat control. And then under policy and legislation, we have responsible dog ownership, then import-export movement. So animal birth control is surgical and chemical. Habitat control, I think you're all aware, food and water shelter. And then other things are like animal shelter, because unlike in other places, our animal shelters in Bhutan, they take the dogs to the shelter and then dogs are kept there permanently. But now in the new strategy, what we are trying to educate is like they to take the sick and the weak dogs to the shelter, and so once they are healthy, so you want them to release back and then also involve them in the, involve them in CNVR program. And then another thing is community adoption. Again, because since we are Buddhists, because like many people, they genuinely take care of the dogs. So what we would like to do is in the human settlement areas, so we wanted to sort of advocate to the public and then say that this dogs lives in their area because of the past karmic connections, and then say, why don't you look after these dogs? And we meaning that they feed the dogs, and if the dog is sick, then they can report to the veterinary authorities. And then likewise, we want to also ensure that 100% sterilization of all the dogs, meaning that all the dogs in the area should have an ear notch, which means the dogs is being sterilized. That's what we want to advocate. And then another issue is feral dogs. There's an increasing feral dogs, and of course euthanasia. Although we are Buddhists, but we need to euthanize some of the naughty dogs as well as those dogs which are terminated. So this is also there in the plan. And then other thing is community engagement in human behavior change, which is nothing new. And then DPM coordination meeting, then research and development, because for anything which we do, I think it's important to have a research and development component in it. Then of course, monitoring and evaluation. There should be continuous M&E for whatever you're doing. So this is in a nutshell, which covers our DPM strategy. And then finally, some of the way forward is implementation of the national guidelines for dog population management. Then we also have a feral dog population management strategy. Then promote community engagement in human behavior change on dog population management. Then propose an endowment fund for dog population management for sustaining DPM activities in the long run. And then develop and implement guidelines and SOP for animal shelter and animal welfare organizations. Then also liaise and sign MOU with the relevant stakeholders such as local government, municipal authorities, and then animal welfare organizations.
So finally, I'd like to acknowledge, of course, my government for sending me. And I forgot to tell, I have a colleague with me, Dr. Hiruka, who is the project manager of this TPN activities. And of course, like Dr. Amit and Tamara, they were also involved in Bhutan project. So I should have introduced them before. So, and then also would like to thank HSI because HSI paid our airfare to come here. And then I came for the scholarship. So thank you very much. Thank you.